Your spirit is born again. Your spirit gets born again. But your soul that expresses and experiences life is what needs to be converted.
Live in me all my life. Take over. Come breathe in me. I will rise.
But out of it all, the Lord delivers him. So if you are the righteous and you don't fight battle, you might not see deliverance. So you might heap up battles for your children to come and doubt God about and fight or not serve God at all. So you must fight if you are a first generation believer. Even if it's only 30-fold result, you are altering your DNA slowly, so that those who will come after you don't have to fight this devil. Psalm 37 verse 25. Fight the battle. I have been young, and now I am old. Yet have I not seen the righteous forsaken. That means you are not alone in the battles of life. But because you fought the battle of life, your seed will not beg bread. You don't understand. Your seed will not even need to fight, because I don't know if you see what I'm saying. The righteous isn't forsaken, but his seed cannot beg. His seed. You might not be seeing the whole result now, but your seed. Why? Because of the foundation that they will be raised upon. Mom is a praying woman. Dad is a church man, and so on and so forth. Look at most of the great pastors in Nigeria. They didn't just shoot up. They'll tell you of either their mother or their father, somebody that altered the DNA so that they will walk in power. There, no first generation believer entered into the hundredfold except they practice some spiritual sacrifices that give them access into the realm of the supernatural. They were sold out. They allow someone to adopt them so that they are no longer their fathers, their biological father's children. They are the children of whosoever they are under. Because whosoever they are under is standing on the place of Christ to adopt them. Jesus was human being too, so there is blood. So the DNA can be altered. It takes wisdom and spiritual submission to be a first generation believer and walk in hundredfold. You must call one man of God daddy, literally, so that the DNA of Christ through him now will break the curse fully. Then you can walk in the hundredfold result. But just as a believer going to church, no matter what you do by yourself, you cannot enter hundredfold, because you have battles. You are beginning it. It is your children that will not beg bread. It's a DNA thing. It's beyond the seed, but the DNA that has to do with the foundation you are walking from, laboring from. Laboring from. I had a story of the richest African. The richest African is a black man, and he's the richest black man in the world. He's the number 22 or number 23 in the whole world, and he's a Nigerian. But God is not partial until I see. I heard of his story in the 90s. Our late Archbishop Benson Idahosa when he was alive. In the 90s, he had a conference. And some of his guests came from the US. And they were supposed to leave at a particular time and day. So they need to fly from Benin City to Lagos to catch an American flight out of Nigeria. So when they flew to Lagos, no, sorry, they didn't fly out of Benin. They were at the airport trying to board a plane, and they were told that all the planes is fully booked, seats fully taken. And these guys needed to leave that night. So he told the people working there, said, can you delay one flight for just 10 minutes? Let me speak to the people. He said, honorable man. So, yes, daddy. Then he went into the plane. And he said, my fellow Nigerians, please. I had guests that need to leave tonight. They have another meeting to attend. Can 2 people please sacrifice their seat for my guest to go home? Everybody was just looking. Some were just like this. I know that some believers were just pretending to be praying in tongues there. This man of God stood and was waiting. Can 2 people please get up, vacate your seat for my guest? All of a sudden, a young man seated at the back got up and told the person with him and said, come with me. I said, sir, your guest can take my seat. As he was going out, the Archbishop said, who are you? He said, my name is, we know Dangote anyway. So he called his name, said, and he's a Muslim. And the Archbishop said, everywhere you go in the world, men will get up for you. As we are talking today, he's the richest black man in the world. He's not even a child, he's not even a Christian. I'm sure there were believers in that plane. Pastor, I've started. How can I get off from my seat now? He's the richest black man, the number 23 in the whole world, number 1 in Africa. A fatherly word entered into his life, altered the DNA, changed his destiny forever. You can teach all about prosperity principle, hard work, this, that. But if your DNA is not altered, you will fight battles. Because the Archbishop, he fought a lot of battles in Nigeria, fought a lot. And they saw him and they ignored him. A Muslim. Somebody that doesn't go to church. That's why when they talk of Boko Haram, all these fighting, you never hear that man's name involved. He has all the money to sponsor anything. He avoids those things. He's too rich. His direct staff is 11,000 staff that he's paying. That's besides contractors. And you go to Nigeria, he's in almost every house, either as sugar or salt or cement. He is into everything. It wasn't so then. But the father said, you go around the world, and everywhere you go, men will stand up for you. Hebrews chapter 13. Let's see something. Spiritual DNA need to be altered. Verse 17. Hebrews 13:17. Obey them that have the rule over you, and submit yourselves, for they watch over your souls, as they must also give account. Stand in the gap between you and destiny to ensure, and they must give account, that they may do it with what? They may do it with and not with, for that is not profitable. Doesn't add anything to your life. Talking of walking on 100-fold, he said, it is not profitable. The difference between 30-fold and 60-fold, is it not profit? Between 60-fold and is something better profit. So it's, obey them. As the word from the man of God, from the pulpit, prophetic word or instruction enters you and you submit to it, it is altering something to bring what? Profit. It might not feel right. Maybe you too had a business thing, a business deal that you were running to, and the man of God said, get off for my guests. But you put yourself above. And the thing fell in the hand of somebody that is not going to church at all. At all. He's still not going, but the word has not yet failed. You can't beat him. He's not more clever than you, but something is working in his life. An altered DNA. Why? The will of God is 100-fold. Not 60, not 30. 60 and 30 is the result of the foundation, the battles. That's the harvest, the product, the produce had to fight through a lot. The atmosphere is not clean, not healthy. The atmosphere does not support. So it has to, the potential has to shoot itself out. But when there is health all around you, when there is word speaking over your life that agrees with what is inside you, when life meets with life in you, not the life in you fighting death, proclaiming the word of God, decreeing and so on and so forth, but life meets with life, it's 100-fold. It's 100-fold. And so it is those who have fought all these battles that have children who naturally grow up knowing that they should go to church, they should worship, they should tithe. You don't even need to preach on tithing or giving. I mean, a man of God got married to this lady, and the pastor of the church wasn't happy that the lady was leaving. At the end of the day, when they were going, the lady took a fat envelope and go and give to her pastor, who didn't even bless her to go and stuff like that. So that my friend, who is a bishop, now said, why did you do that? He said, we were raised to honor men of God, whether he was happy that I was going or not. So the DNA has been so altered that she doesn't recognize that the pastor was, some people will say, he was against my marriage, why will I even greet him? Or he said, no, we were raised that way. Why? Because of the upbringing of faith, honor. So we were raised that way. So she did not build battle on top of battle. She ended it. Not allowing evil to overcome her, but she overcame evil with good. Walking in the 100-fold.